Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Stanke Ayuban and my topic is labor management relations. Labor management relations. Organizations compete with each other and if they do not, their main concern are survive and growth. Management options and labor relations. The objectives of management is usually concerned with making profits for the organizations. Otherwise, the concern is maximization of income and or minimization of expenses. Management three options. Solve the labor-related problems as they occur. The concern of efficiency often lead from managers to think it is more economical to solve problems as they occur. Treating employees fairly. Employees became disillusioned when they perceive that they are not treated fairly. Let employees solve their own problems. Apart from those that directly concerned employee output, employer may choose to ignore other aspects of the employee's activity. Why employees form and join unions? In the past, employees in general are not noted for treating employees fairly. For instance, there was a time when laborers were required to work for more than 12 hours every day. Society, however, slowly recognized that this was not right. Within the span of more than 100 years, working hours were slowly reduced. Many workers, however, came to realize that more improvement in the various aspects of their works could be achieved if they take and move more direct stand through the formation of union. What is labor union? Labor union may be defined as an organization formed to represent the interests of the workers in bargaining the employees for contracting concerning wage, fringe benefits, and working conditions. Types of labor union. Craft or trade unions are those whose members consist of workers engaged in a particular trade such as drivers, singers, musicians, and carpenters. Industrial union, and one whose members are employed in a given industry regardless of the type of work performed by each member. Organizing a union. The desire of employee to unionize may be followed by an attempt to organize. An organizing campaign may be undertaken by the concerned employees themselves or by the union organizer of a national union. Organizing a union usually include the following steps. Employee union contact. The first step is for interested employee to contact one another and discuss the possibility of organizing a union. Initial organization meeting. After the first step, action will shift into second step, attracting more supporters. Formation of in-house organizing committee. The third step involves the formation of an organizing committee whose membership is composed of employees willing to provide the initial leadership required. Election, petition, and voting preparations. The fourth step involves filing a petition for certification election with the regional office of the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE. Contract negotiation. The fifth step begins when the union wins the certification election, granted a certificate by election officer assigned by the regional director to handle the election. This final step paves the way for contracting negotiating to begin. Organizational levels of unions. Local labor union, which drawn membership form a local industry of company. Independent union is one operating on the enterprise or company levels whose legal personality is drive through in independent action for registration. National union is one composed of at least 10 local chapters or affiliates, each of which must be duty certified or recognized collective bargaining agent. What is collective bargaining? The primary reason for the formation of union is collective bargaining. This activity may be defined as the negotiation, administration, and interpretation of written agreement between labor and management that covers a specific time frame. The collective bargaining process. Negotiating a collective bargaining process agreement, CBA. Administrating the CBA. Negotiating is a part of collective bargaining wherein both sides attempt to make each other agree to certain terms and conditions of the employment. The negotiating activity consists of the following steps: preparing a collective bargaining, prerequisite set. Negotiation is the recognition by management of the union as the representative of the employees. Establishing a bargaining agenda. For economic reasons, the union and the employer must prepare a list for issue and want to bargain. Choosing a bargaining strategy. In a negotiation like collective bargaining, there is a possibility that the contending parties will get all, some for nothing of their demands. Types of bargaining strategies. Distributive bargaining, when the parties compete with one another and apart conformational attitudes. Interrogative bargaining, when a common problem begins together both parties in the bargaining table and agreed to a solution. Concession bargaining is one or labor attempts to help the company rise even economic downturns by agreeing to concentrations like wage cuts, freeze of previous agreed increases, reduction of benefits, for allowing management more freedom in changing work rules. Pressures used in collective bargaining. Strikes, when workers like their job to pressure the employer to agree the union demands. Picketing refers to placing of union members at plant or office entrance to advertise dispute between labor and management and to discourage people from entering or leaving the company's premises. Boycott is an attempt of the union to keep people from purchasing the product or service of the company. Pressure used by the employer. Lockouts, a management tactics where operations are shut down during or before labor dispute. Strike breakers, the people hired by management to replace strike employees. This is done by management so that operation can continue and reduce loss associated with this strike. Employers Association, a form of help employers meet the power of labor unions. This is important especially to small companies whose employees are members of a big and powerful unions. Alternative to pressure tactics. Pressure tactics like strikes and lockouts are often disruptive and costly. However, there are alternatives which both labor and management may use to settle their differences and reach the agreement. Mediation. This is the process in which a natural third party called mediator helps labor and management reach agreements. Fact-finding. Under the process, natural third party studies the issue in the dispute and recommends a reasoned settlements. Arbitration. This involves a natural third party called the arbitrator who decides who to settle the dispute or how to settle the dispute. Administrating the collective bargaining agreement. Information dissemination. Conflicts between labor and management may be reduced or eliminated if the terms of agreement are clearly understood by members of both parties. Contract implementation. What is agreed upon the reflected in the CBA must be implemented. Contract interpretation and grievance resolution. Completeness of employees about an organization policy, procedures, or managerial practice may be handled with dispatch if both parties follow the grievance procedures spelled out in the CBA. Monitoring. The gathering of relevant data can help both sides in the implementation of contract and as necessary inputs the designed changes in the subsequent CBA. Unionism in the government. In spite of the reception that the government is a fair employer, the idea of unionism was even formally recognized. Executive Order Number 180, signed by President Aquino on June 1, 1987, authorized employees in the government service to form, join, or assist employees organizations. And that's all. Thank you.